Hey guys, it's me. I'm back. I actually want to make a quick video about my last video that I posted concerning mental health. I got a lot of feedback, and a lot of people said that they didn't know that I struggle with depression. And I know I've mentioned it in previous posts and stuff like that, but I guess I never made like a video dedicated to it. So I'm going to make 3 videos off the top of my head, just to give a little bit more information on it, going from what I'm being asked and what I'm hearing. So the first point that I want to discuss, and that's all I'm going to discuss in this video, is the fact that there's no way that depression looks. A lot of people like to use the term, or like to say stuff like, oh, well, you don't look depressed, or, you know, I wouldn't think you were depressed from how you look, or I wouldn't think that, you went through XYZ because what have you. In my opinion, depression is something that never goes away. Even if you can maintain and manage your emotions and your feelings and stuff like that, I think it is like an imbalance, which is why they tend to try to put people on medication to help them cope with how they're feeling and things like that. Like, a lot of people feel like depression is a mood. It is not a mood. It is not something that just happens. Like, the person is not just upset. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I didn't sleep enough last night. Now I'm upset. I'm depressed. That's not depression. Depression is so much deeper, and it 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 encompasses so much of someone's brain. You know what I mean? Like, it's intense. It can get intense, and it's a lot deeper than a surface feeling of being upset or sad. Like, you really go to some crazy places where you're trying to understand what's going on and none of it is making sense. And then it's also, sometimes you get to the point where it's like you just don't even want to understand, if that makes sense. Like, you have to force yourself to get through the day. You have to force yourself to go through certain things. And a lot of times, people also look at PPD, like postpartum depression, kind of the same way. I feel like some people are more sympathetic to PPD, because they figure, oh, she just had a baby, she's going through a lot, da 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 da. But honestly, it's the same thing in a different way. You know what I mean? So I really feel like folks should stop looking at the surface like, oh, well, you don't look depressed. Because I can be depressed and make a point of not looking depressed. I'm not going to sit around and mope around, but I can smile and my head can be going to the darkest place in the world and you would never know. So I just wanted to touch on that comment of, oh, well, this person doesn't look that way. And that's why when people commit suicide, it's like, oh, they seem so happy, da 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 da, because you put on a front to kind of make it through the days. And sometimes it's a necessity for feeling that way. So again, like I mentioned in the last video, I don't feel like people should feel some type of way, because a lot of people feel a way like, oh, I didn't know, I couldn't tell, I didn't see, and they feel so guilty about it. And you really shouldn't. You have to forgive yourself for missing those cues, because it might not have been any. This person might not have looked any different from what you're used to seeing. And a lot of times that's what happens, or it would be so minute and so insignificant you wouldn't notice it anyway. So that's all I came to say. So this is one of many on mental health. But again, I'm just touching on the fact of the matter that that's a common misconception, that people who are depressed or go through depression, or, are struggling mentally, look a certain way. And I'm going to end this video, just like I did with the other one, with saying that I am a firm believer that everybody should seek therapy. Not only if you feel depressed or not, I really feel like it's so important to to get your mental health together, because simple things as stresses as work and things like that can really screw up your mental and your emotions and your daily. And people are struggling with so many things that they probably don't even realize affect them from childhood, from what have you. And I really feel like all of that needs to be handled and taken care of so we can be better adults and better individuals and make better decisions. And I feel like everyone will be better for it.